Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be wrapping up the month of June and hopefully finishing my June TBR. So far in the month of June, I have read a bunch of books, but I also read the Mindfuck series, and that's like 5 books, but they're all like 100 and something pages. So it says that I've read a lot of books, but 5 of them are essentially kind of one book, but they're broken up into 5 pieces. So Goodreads says that I have read 11 books. Now I did a June TBR video, which if you'd be interested, I'll link above. And I had identified some books using my book prompt cards, and I have 3 of them left. So by the end of the month, I want to see if I can finish these 3 books. It is now June the 25th, so I have like exactly a week left, I believe. So I have a very short amount of time to read 3 books while also working full-time and having a family and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to see if I can read these books and finish my TBR for the month of June. So the 3 books that I have are Emily Henry's People We Meet on Vacation. I actually have this downloaded on Libby and it's on my Kindle right now, but this is going to be returned in 2 days. So this is going to be the first book I'm going to try to knock out within the next 2 days, so that way I can read it on my Kindle. And then we have 2 Twisted Crowns. I don't have this on digital copy because Libby and Hoopla and my like library versions are all checked out for the digital version. So I'll be reading this on my paper copy. Actually, that might not be correct. I think I have this also on Kindle. Hold please. I'm pretty sure I actually have this on Kindle. Let me see. So yeah, it's actually on Kindle Unlimited. So I do have this on Kindle Unlimited. So that's another, I love being able to read on Kindle if at all possible. It's just much easier carrying around versus having the paper copy. So 2 Twisted Crowns. And then we have A Fragile Enchantment. Now this one I actually have on Hoopla. I have a audio version of that. So the digital version was not available, but I was able to get the audio version, and that's what I'll be doing for this book. In this video, we're going to be seeing if I can get these 3 books done within the next like 6 days, and hopefully I can complete my June TBR. So let's jump back into work because I'm taking a quick break to do this intro, and my meeting's about to start, and we're gonna go ahead and start my meeting. And then we're gonna do some listening and reading as the days go on. So let's do that before I'm too late. All right, we're gonna do another little check-in because I'm having, have you ever had one of those like weeks or even days? I'm kind of, hopefully it's a day situation and not a weekly issue, but have you ever had one of those weeks / days where literally everything is going wrong? That's me. So let's chat about my reading. So I, in the last check-in, said I was going to start focusing on trying to get People We Meet on Vacation done because it was on my Kindle. That was my thought process. But then I was like, I'm just going to listen to A Fragile Enchantment, like, you know, while I was working, while I was cleaning, while I was cooking and all that kind of stuff. And that's what I was doing. But then I made the mistake of only doing that. So I was fully intending on last night reading People We Meet on Vacation because my Libby hold is ending today. And I did none of the reviewing. I didn't read that book at all yesterday. I was only listening to A Fragile Enchantment. Now, where I went wrong was last night, I restarted. So in Fragile Enchantment, I had already read up to like chapter 14 or so. But when I was reading, or listening to it, I should say, not reading it, I was listening to it up to chapter 14, I made the mistake of, after all my kids went to sleep, that's when I do the bulk of my reading, I came right back here on this couch in this spot and decided I was going to listen to A Fragile Enchantment while having my face like massager on, and I fell asleep. That was on Monday. Yeah, Monday night. So when I woke up Tuesday morning, I was like, oh my God, I'm like 6 chapters later. I have no idea what's happening. I don't even remember what happened, like where I stopped. And so I was like, I'm just going to restart. We're going to start fresh, start at chapter 1 and read that way. So that way I get more, this book I have also been trying to read for the entire month of June. And I have not been able to get finished with it because it's always taken the back burner. Other books have come along. And so I started listening to it months ago, and then or at the beginning of the month, and then I stopped, and then I listened to it. I did other books. And so it's just been too much of a gap. So I was like, I'm going to start fresh. That's what we're going to do. So that's what happened yesterday, which was Tuesday. Started at chapter 1, was listening to it, having a good old time. And I, again, made the mistake of sitting on this couch last night with these while listening, and I fell asleep again. And what is annoying is I knew I shouldn't do that. But in my mind, in my smart brain, I said, I'm not sleepy. I got like 8 hours of sleep the night before. I am not tired. I will not go to sleep. And this is only a 15-minute massager. And so I was like, I'm not going to fall asleep in 15 minutes. It's not going to happen. I'll be fine. Tell me why I woke up at midnight 3 hours later with the book still going in my ears. So my plans of reading People with Me on vacation yesterday and listening throughout the day, like when I was doing like non-sit down activities, I was going to listen to Fragile Enchantment. I knew I should not. I knew I shouldn't have been listening to Fragile Enchantment all day, and even while I was sitting down. I knew that was wrong, and I did it anyways. So now I have to go back. And I did find actually on Fragile Enchantment, it's on Kindle Unlimited now. I don't know when that happened. But my Kindle says that I'm in the middle of a chapter. I don't even know what chapter this is. Let's see. Oh my goodness. I'm at the chapter 12. So I'm at chapter 12 on my Kindle, which is actually a true representation of where I'm at, because this would have been right around the time that I stopped reading and only listening while sitting on this couch. So we're again picking up at chapter 12 with Fragile Enchantment. I'm literally never going to get through this book. And it's not a bad book. I don't know what it is, but it's not grasping my attention to where I'm wanting to read it nonstop. It's a good book. I don't know I just don't know what it is. I can't do it. So, but I don't want to stop reading it because I don't want to start back over again. And that is my conundrum. Do I say, good choice, I was attempting to try to read this in June. It's just not happening. I don't know. Maybe it's wrong time for this book. I have tried for a couple of months now. This has been on my TBR and I have not read it. Maybe this is a book I need to read in the wintertime. Maybe it's just not a summer book, not a book that's drawing my attention right now. And I think we're just not going to finish this book today. We're not going to finish this book in June. I'm going to put it back on my shelf to be read later, because I can't try to go back and listen to this book again. It's just, I can't. I think if I tried to listen or pick up this book again, it's going to frustrate me, and I'm to the point now where I don't want to do that. So I'm making the executive decision of my own channel and my own person. I am deciding I'm going to not continue A Fragile Enchantment. We are going to take my little prompt card out. We are going to take the little ribbon and put it at the beginning, and we're going to put this back on my bookshelf. And we are going to read this some other time, because I have tried for a couple of months in the spring/summer and it's just not happening. So we're going to try this later. Maybe in the fall, winter, we'll pick that back up again, and maybe that'll do it, but it's not now. So with that, we're also going to go on Kindle Unlimited, and I am right now, because I don't want to even take the chance of me wanting to try to continue it, we are going to return this back to Kindle Unlimited, because I'm done. So I like the book. Not saying it's a bad book. it's just not for me right now because I can't keep my attention on it. So we returned Fragile Enchantment. Now we're going to focus on, for the next few days until the end of June, these 2 books. This is on Kindle Unlimited. This is my Libby return, or Libby hold, that I have to try to get done as much as I can so I can read it on my Kindle. Otherwise, we're just going to be reading it on paper copy. And actually, if it's a good book, I might end up... Actually, you know what? I'm going to return it on Libby. I'm going to read this on paper because I did end up reading yesterday, like the prequel, the prologue. And I really did so far like the relationship, the very quick relationship that I saw between Poppy and Alex. And so maybe I'm just going to read it physical and we're just going to do it that way. So we're going to read this next, and then this is on Kindle Unlimited, and we'll maybe read that way. So we're having to change it up because I just can't. And I really need to not even think about trying to pull this out while I'm trying to read a book or listen to a book, because it's not going to happen. It's not, I don't know if you've gone on TikTok Shop and found this face massager, but I don't know what it is. It puts me to sleep immediately. Like within the first like 8 minutes or so of this massage, I'm already asleep. So this is, I don't know what magic this thing has, but it's a automatic let's go to sleep type situation. So, all right. That's where we're at for my check-in. Fragile Enchantment is going back on the bookshelf as soon as I stop recording, so I don't have to see this anymore because I don't want to frustrate myself anymore. And we're going to focus on Emily Henry and Rachel Gillig. Those 2 books, those are the 2 authors we're focusing on, and hopefully we can get these 2 books done within the next, I don't even have my watch. I'm so out of it. I don't even have my watch on. I don't know where my phone is. Like I said, it's just been one of those days/weeks for me. I don't know what happened, but it's to the point where I want to throw something against the wall. I'm not going to, but I want to. I have restraints. I am an adult. I can control myself, but I don't want to. So, these are the 2 books. This is our focus for the next 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, however many days until the end of June. This is my focus. This is what we will get done. I hope. Yeah. All right, we're gonna do another check-in. So I have finished People We Meet on Vacation. I ended up giving this a 3.75. This one was I did enjoy the book. I really did enjoy the relationship between Poppy and Alex. And I feel like I would have liked this book more and enjoyed this book and gave it probably a higher rating if it did not have so many like past summers. Like every other chapter kind of had like, this is chapter 10 summers ago. So then you go back to 10 summers ago and you see kind of what Alex and Poppy did, where they went, you know, what they encountered. And just some of the summers that they did in the past really had no bearing on kind of what was going on currently. Such as like they would go to a vacation spot and like they would meet people and they would have their relationship and like you could see their relationship and kind of what they did, but it didn't, I don't know, it was just weird. I didn't feel like it really did anything to the story. There were some summers that actually had bearing, such as there was one summer that they were supposed to go to like the Netherlands maybe, I don't remember what it was, but they were going to go stay at an ice palace or an ice hotel, and Poppy got sick and got really sick. She told Alex to go on vacation, you know, take her spot. She just wasn't, you know, she was hoping that she would get over her sickness and be able to catch him there in a couple of days after it kind of, you know, it got out of her system. And instead, Alex flew to her and like basically took care of her while she was sick. So and you saw like how much he cared and like the things that he was doing to try to take care of her, and you kind of got to see his feelings, not only friendship, not platonic type feelings, but you got to kind of hint that he might like her a little bit more than she thinks he does. And so that made sense, but there were just so many summers that I just got tired of reading about. Like they were just past summers that I didn't care about. And so I feel like if it didn't have so many past chapters, I would have given it a higher rating. It just wasn't, I don't know. I felt like I got bored when it was the past chapters. When it was current timeline, I really enjoyed those. It was just the past that kind of got me. So ended up giving a 3.75. Like I said, if it wasn't so many past chapters, I probably would have rated it higher. It was a good book. They did have me laughing. I did really enjoy Poppy and Alex's relationship, and it was really good. I'm glad I was able to read it, but I can see why some people say this is not their favorite book. And now I am reading Two Twisted Crowns. Today is literally the last day of June. So I am hoping that I'll be able to get this book finished before the end of day today. I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm probably going to get about 70%, and then I'll have to finish it in July. But because right now I'm at 19%, and it's going well. The problem that I'm having is not with the book, but it's with the fact that I read the first book of the duology several months ago, and I was kind of lost as to who the characters were and kind of how the previous book ended. So it took me a little bit to try to grasp what was happening and who the characters were. Obviously, I knew who Raven was and I knew who Elspeth was, but like Elm and some of the other people, it took me a minute to try to remember, you know, who they were and what was going on. So, but other than that, it's going well. I just really don't think I'm going to be able to get it done by the end of the month, which is upsetting. But we'll try. We will see. So I plan on doing one more check-in tomorrow. That way I can be able to tell you if I got finished with it and kind of what my thoughts are up to that point. And if it has to go into July, then that's just what it's going to have to be. I can't do anything about it, and that's just the way it is. So we're going to continue reading Two Twisted Crowns now, see how much we can get done today, and then I will check in tomorrow and give you my final thoughts on how this week went on how to try to finish my June TBR. Alright, last check-in. It is officially July the 1st, and I have disappointing news, and I fully expected to not finish Two Twisted Crowns, but I did even less reading yesterday than I thought I would. So it is currently at I'm at 24%. I don't know if you can see that, but I only read 24% of this book. I know last check-in I said I was hoping that I would get to like 70% so I can try to get finished with the book today, and so that's not going to happen. So we are going to knock out this book as fast as possible. I am literally about to head out of the house right now to go to book club, so I will be reading this at book club. So hopefully I'll be able to get about an hour and a half of like just steady reading so I can knock out some of this, and then I'll read some more tonight. So we will try to get through this as fast as possible because I have so many books on my July TBR that I'm so excited to read, and I want to finish this before I start anything new. So we are going to go ahead and cut this video here, and that's all I have to say. So with that, thank you so much for watching. If you have not subscribed, please make sure you do so. I would greatly appreciate it, and I will see everybody in my next video. Bye!